Welcome back everyone, my name is Eltimar and we're going to be continuing our Let's Play of our evil campaign of Wrath of the Righteous. I have a feeling this one's going to be slightly less long than the other one. We have Holrun to deal with, which is never fun. We also need to rest really badly. We are really running low on health. And we could use healing potions. I think we still have some. That's not the healing potion one. There it is. We only have 17 though. We do have this wand of Cure Light Wounds, however. Let's just use that. We'll just use some blasts from this Cure Light Wounds wand. It's only worth 50 bucks anyways. It would really help if we stopped rolling so low on our healing rolls. Good God. We roll a lot of 2s with this wand. Alright, there we go. Well, not even 2s. Oh yeah, still a lot of 2s. We have some good ones though. We're fine. We are still buffed up from before, more or less. Thought I heard the sound of combat starting. I was like, wait a minute. Alright, we need to get across the rubble. It's an athletics
I did it!
18 check, and we did it fine, which is good. Let's go deal with
Save
Holrun.
the last one for me.
There's a lot of bugs here.
Cover me, alright?
And we're just gonna murder them all. Not particularly hard. The dog is being weird and barking. He's barking literally at a wall. Must be where the ghost lives. Alrighty. Successfully killed those things. We're gonna be in a couple of big fights here, unfortunately. And we are probably gonna need to die a little bit. Maybe. We'll see. I'm gonna quickly readjust our group here. There. That's our formation.
Wherever my legs carry me.
Time to talk to Holrun and Ramien. My beloved brother, I admire your zeal, of course, but would you not agree this is hardly the time to be standing guard over some hole that no one will ever emerge from? Perhaps you're concerned that somebody will decide to go for a nighttime stroll and accidentally fall into it. Such foresight is laudable, but do you really need so many soldiers for such a task? Can't your warriors be put to better use, for instance, fighting demons or clearing rubble, while the people trapped beneath it might still be alive? The face of this golden-curled Osamar is beautiful even by the standards of its kind, in whose veins run the blood of angels. His melodious voice sounds cheerful, but bitter reproach simmers in his gaze. One sec. Sorry about that. Don't you dare call me brother heretic. The signs of recent hard fighting are obvious in this stern old man. His armor is dented and covered in blood, and its unnatural pallor suggests something more dangerous than wounds inflicted by claws and fangs. Nevertheless, his gaze is stony, and his voice, accustomed to barking orders, is harsh and clipped. How dare you accuse me of doing nothing to protect this city, especially now, when followers of your temple were caught committing treason? To my mind, you are no different than the demon worshippers, those miscreants, those beasts that are digging under the city walls. Everyone knows, my dearest prelate, that in your zealous pursuit of order in the city, you have long since forgotten how to tell friend from foe, and good from evil. That's what happened with my adepts, whose acts of treason was a genuine attempt to save the city, and yet again I'm forced to repeat myself. While we are wasting time on pointless quarrels, people are dying under the rubble in our city. People whom we could have saved if you had only set your soldiers to the task and not kept them here surrounding a useless and utterly harmless hole in the ground. Harmless? Well, if it's just on your say so, that must mean there's something down there. Your associates, no doubt. They're just waiting for us to abandon our post before they slink out again and try to... The old man notices your approach. And you, I remember you. You appeared in my city the day the demons attacked and Trendlev died. What are you doing here? Answer at once or I'll have you strung up by your ankles before you know it. Don't think that the demons have wounded me. I still have enough strength to take on 100 of your sort. And what is this hideous creature? Holrun points at it, or appears at Wendewog with suspicion. The hunter shoots him an icy glare. We call ourselves the Neathers. Our forebears bore the brunt of the demons' first strike, and thanks for their sacrifice, you sent them into the catacombs. But now that the demons are mauling you in the streets, you need allies, even hideous ones like us. Wendewog pointedly spits on the floor. Mongrels, descendants of the Crusaders? A feral specimen, no doubt. You obviously know human speech surprisingly well. In fact, alright, let's be off with you. The prelate looks at you. If she causes any trouble, I shall hold you responsible. Come to think of it, you still haven't told me who you are. You want to fight? Be my guest. Wait, we have no quarrel here. A cultist is hardly likely to approach us so openly, are they? I think we're on the same side. Of course you leap to his defense. Typical, the old man spits on the ground. I find it strange that you don't already know who I am, Holrun Shapok, Prelate of Knabris, Inquisitor by the grace of Iamade and Defender of the city by grace of Her Majesty Queen Galfrey, against threats from within and without. And as we can see, you've done a sterling job of protecting the city. The golden-curled Aasimar flashes a flinty smile. I'm Ramien of Edme, Prior of the Temple of Desna, which alas, currently lies in ruins. Wise Holrun here believes it's vital to guard this hole in the ground from which he is certain demons will emerge at any moment. I've been trying to convince him that the city has far more urgent matters to deal with, for instance rescuing those currently dying under the rubble. You know what? There may be in fact one matter that's more important than guarding this hole. I put it off and put it off, and look where it's led us. I should have had you hung from the gates back when you dared defend your gang of delinquent demon collaborators. The Sarkorians had hanged Arilu Vorlesh when they had the chance. There never would have been a war. I won't repeat their mistake, and I won't hesitate any longer. Soldiers, seize this scum. Prelates see reason these are frightening times, but threatening to hang someone without trial, that is unworthy of a servant of Iamade. The old man fixes his eyes on Sela. Lest you forget, girl, we may serve the same goddess, but you are not an inquisitor. Don't question the way I choose to serve Iamade, and I won't question yours. What we're gonna do... You're doing what's right, Holrun. There's no place for the crusade in the crusade for troublemakers. The Aasimar shakes his head. You want to fight on the side of this witch hunter? Believe me, you're making a grave mistake. His leadership hasn't saved a single life so far, but it has cost many. Ramien looks at the prelate. You're a fool, Holrun. You're a zealot and a murderer, but you're a fool first and foremost. I told you that the Wardstone was weakened. You wouldn't listen. I warned you that the city was going to be attacked, and you shooed me away. The truth is that my young adepts were trying to save the Wardstone, and you stopped them. Of course, those truly responsible for this tragedy are the demons, but you've done nothing to prevent it. And now you would still rather kill an innocent person than perish yourself. Then admit that you were wrong, as always. With the wave of his hand, the Aasimar vanishes. Beast! Heretic! Traitor! He slipped away again. The prelate stamps his foot on in outrage, then turns his eyes on you. What about you? Whose side are you on? You want me to believe that you're no cultist? Go and recapture that traitor for me. Or perhaps you want to defend him. In that case, my soldiers don't need to be told twice. I see you suffered greatly in battle. Nonsense, I had to deal with a brood of Nabasus. It was nothing. I've taken on worse enemies with the goddess's help. Nabasus, also known as death demons, have the ability to drain their victim's life force. Judging by Holrun's pallor, he's lost a significant amount of his energy. The Inquisitor can bluster as much as he wants, but right now he's far from the peak of his abilities. Nabasus, this prelate is mighty sure enough, but a strong predator is tired and spent after defeating a rival, and he becomes tempting prey for smaller hunters. But smaller predators in turn should ensure they do not choose a target that's far superior to them. Weaknesses can be deceiving. What would a city girl know about wild predators? I was educated at home. My studies were most rigorous. Why are you obsessed with finding enemies everywhere you look? Why? Why? You must not be from these parts or you wouldn't have asked such a question. I look for enemies everywhere because our enemies are everywhere. Who are we at war with? Demons. Demons and cultists. They are masters of deception. They worm their way into your favor and masquerade in all manner of false guises. Do you think Dresden was captured or taken by force? No. By trickery. Were it not for me, Knabris would have gone the same way long ago, captured from under our noses. Now listen to what I'm about to tell you. This was a long time ago. I was very young then. I had just joined the crusade. Back then Knabris didn't have a garrison so much as a public thoroughfare. Anyone who wanted to could just stroll into the city. One day at dawn, a group of refugees came up to the city gates, bold as brass. The guards let them in, and why not? For no one was ever turned away. It was no matter. Everyone was welcome in our city. If you came from Mendiv, or if you've hauled yourself here from across the seas, the crusade accepted all and sundry. But on this occasion we paid dearly for our laxity. Just as soon as those innocent lambs entered the city, they transformed into demons and rushed towards the Wardstone, slaughtering everyone who tried to stop them. 62 people died in less than a minute. Demons used their mutilated corpses to desecrate the obelisk. None of them dared go near it. The light of the goddess burned them all, so they threw blood from afar, splattering the Wardstone from every direction. And the lead demon, an eyeless beast, Menago is her name, jeered and gloated, saying, "The mortals have been sitting ducks." And the creature was right too. We let our guard down and got what we deserved. The bloodbath became known as the Red Morning Massacre, and it was burned into the townsfolk's memories. Since then, Knabris has adopted different practices. Heretics, cultists, spies, all the rabble who coveted Arilu's glory, we drove them out of the city. We haven't had any trouble here since then. Many have come here, even the Balor Koramzadeh, and they've all been sent straight back to where they came from, or else they were killed for their trouble. You see, Discari himself had to crawl out of the abyss and come here. The goddess cursed him in order to break through our defenses, and what did he do? He left again, and we're still fighting. Now that is what vigilance and discipline can do. Ramien really warned you about the attack? Those crazed Desnans were always bursting into my study with their incoherent prophecies that came to them in their dreams. I won't lie, sometimes what they said did come to pass, but can we really rely on the woolly dreams of heretics over the cold, hard facts of intelligence reports? Plenty of demons could have easily fooled them and whispered a treasonous plan into their dreams, and those lunatics would have been only too happy to listen. This time, Mr. Curls for Brains came to me and declared that demons were about to attack the city, and that the Wardstone's power was diminished by some kind of contamination or taint. I am to forgive me for even repeating the words. After uttering such blasphemy, he should have been locked up along with his followers and interrogated, but instead, I simply increased the surveillance on them, and what next? My people caught them red-handedly trying to attack the Wardstone with unknown magic, and not 3 days later, the demons attacked the city. There's an obvious connection between these events. Whether deliberately or under demonic influence, the Desmans played right into the hands of Discari's hordes, and they almost left the city completely defenseless. Ramien covered for his people the whole time and helped them escape my guards. After that, what else could it be called but a traitor and a heretic? There's nothing dangerous in this hole, you've no reason to guard it. I won't hear another word. Demons are hiding underground, and the proof is all about you. The demon spawn that tried to crawl out can't harm anyone now. Wait, you're trying to lure me away from here, aren't you? With narrowed eyes, he scans us head to toe. Perhaps you're a cultist too. Want to help your friends underground, do you? Well, you won't fool me. I won't take a single step away from here, and if you keep talking nonsense, I'll have you strung up for treason. I have to go. Go then if you have to. It'd be good if you could return with the head of that scum. Ember peers intently at Hulrun. I remember you. When Father and I arrived at the city, you met us. What is this gibberish? As if I have nothing better to do than arrange meetings with vagrants. But it's true. You and the other knights tied us to stakes and started lighting the bonfire. Father died, and then one of your knights changed his mind and pulled me from the flames. But then he died too, don't you remember? If you were burned, then it was with good reason. You say some traitor helped you escape from the fire? That's a crime in itself. Which means you have been evading justice all these years. If it weren't for the invasion, I would review your case and see that your sentence was finally fulfilled. You're lucky that we have more important matters to deal with it right now. He didn't look the way he does now, all wrinkled and gray. He was young with a big mustache. Ember smiles broadly and draws a large bushy mustache in the air with her finger. He probably forgot all about me. That's a long time ago, but I do want to say one thing. I'm not cross with him. This knight is a true hero. He just really wanted to protect the city. Only he got mixed up, but what was good and what was evil. Hulrun, you sent an innocent child to be burned at the stake. Don't you want to ask for forgiveness? Hardly. Anyone can look innocent. How did this girl manage to survive the fire? And what about that crow always flying around about her? I advise you take a closer look at this innocent little lamb of yours. If you ask me, she looks highly suspicious indeed. Let's go over. Yeah, bye-bye, High Knight. The girl waves to Hulrun with a carefree smile. Hulrun grimaces and turns away.
Forwards! No, backwards. Backwards!
He is lawful. We are lawful. We have nothing to gain from killing him at the moment. We're going to leave that for just a second here. We'll grab all this and just sell it later.
I won't let you hurt my friends.
We found a dretch and some more enemies.
Wide open.
Slice! And behead!
And that was a will save that we failed. Somebody failed. Woljif's gone. There's 3 clerics here. Let's go fight that one.
May I see your entrails,
Okay, fine, fight
please?
this one. I don't care who you're fighting, just do something.
I wonder what lies.
We are missing like every attack. There we
I
go.
wonder what lies beyond.
We should probably try and heal him before he gets killed by those. Alright, let's go.
Stab you or zap you. That bull.
Get out of there.
This wetness.
The spirits demand your blood.
Why is no one attacking?
To go retrieve. No. I
Come
wonder
on.
what lies beyond.
This is very silly. He's out healing. There we go, one of them died.
I wonder what lies beyond.
There we go. This bench situation caused some problems here.
They'll beg me to stop.
There we go. Everything is fine. We successfully killed them all. Well, let's quickly grab some. Oops. I didn't mean to grab that, but that's okay. Our main character doesn't use armor. We're going to be making liberal use of spells for that later on when we get a couple more spells under our belt. But for now, we're going to grab this Midnight Bolt. The owner of this bolt can shoot it to deal 50 points of damage. It can't be ignored or reduced. This bolt cannot miss. Pretty good, actually.
Shall we move? We
We're
shall
also
move.
relatively close to a level. The demon's invasion transformed all of Kyrieru into one great battlefield, but nowhere in the city suffered as much as this square. This place saw a clash of titans, the demon lord Discaria leading his hordes from the abyss, and the dragon Trendelev, the mightiest of the city's defenders, and one of the first to fall. The scene of destruction leaves no doubt as to the battle's outcome. A skilled scout could recreate the course of the battle moment by moment simply by looking at the ruins. The chimney is torn down by powerful wings in a sharp dive to the bloody tracks left behind when the demon dragged away the noble reptile's broken body. But it is no hypothetical scout gazing upon the ruins, it is Eltimar, and he's not alone. The shadow of a strange, barely perceptible presence lingers over the place, like a gaze untethered from any observer. This mysterious force unknown to mortal kind silently assesses, judges, and seeks a better way. In an instant, Eltimar is vested with his power and looks at the world with its eyes. The past, present, and future stand before him as a unified whole, an unmoving, multifaceted crystal that would be beautiful if not for the fractures, blemishes, and flecks marring its splendor. What's the past that he sees? In the past exists one who wielded this gaze in life, although the one and life are inapposite terms for aeons, the supernatural embodiments of cosmic balance. Rather than who or what, a better word for these entities is how. This aeon appeared from outside this world, from the great beyond, to put an end to the intermingling of the planes and destroy the world wound, the chasm disrupting the order of the multiverse. Alas, the visitor from beyond was proved too weak for the battle they came to fight. They even failed to finish casting the spell that would have sent Discaria back to the abyss. With one swing of his scythe, the demon lord cut the aeon down. How with the present? Ruins, blood, corpses, none of this perturbs the aeon's dispassionate gaze. The living are alive, the dead will be judged by Pharasma, all is as it should be. But the demons circling in the sky or prowling through the streets create a jarring juxtaposition, like splashes of blood-red ink on a restrained pencil sketch. They should not be here. The world of mortals is for mortals. The demon's place is in the demon world. How sublime the world would be if everyone in it knew its place. But even the demons aren't as abhorrent as the sharp-edged, unassuming crystal languishing in the dirt among the bricks and smashed cobblestones. No mortal would notice it, but to the Aeon's eyes, its mere existence is an outrage against universal laws. If the Aeon still existed, they would not stop until the crystal was unmade, but the Aeon is gone, only their gaze remains. Eltimar picks up the crystal out of the dirt and stows it in his pocket. He's mortal, which means he has the power to decide what to do with it. And what does he see? Good and evil, chaos and order, everything in its lawful place in the multiverse, and is no longer trespassing where it does not belong. Nothing is disrupting the smooth and steady current of the river of souls, from life into death and back to life again. The reality, rid of its flaws, is now perfect, and the Aeons withdraw to eternally admire its beauty, which will never be threatened again. After allowing the hero to view the world through its eyes, the little that remained of the destroyed Aeon is killed, even appropriate here for an entity that's so far removed from life and death as we understand them, used up the last of its vestiges of energy. Now they are ready to disperse into nothingness unless someone decides to preserve the Aeon within themselves. Will the hero take on this power so that he may look at the world through another's eyes, or will he allow it to vanish? We're going to allow it to vanish. Eltimar's like a person who relies on any eyes but his own. The final traces of the Aeon's existence soon fade away, sending one last look of farewell at him, that piercing, unyielding gaze full of understanding of something significant, even as it takes that understanding with it into oblivion. We're not going to do that one. We have I already know which path I'm going to take. Alrighty, now let's mosey on over here and loot some things. We're going to try and finish this little district area. And then we're going to go fight Ramien, and then we're going to kill Allrune, probably.
Is that a trap? It might be a trap.
It's definitely not a trap. Judging by the size of the bloodstain, the body of something truly enormous was dragged over these stones, trying to live, most likely. Thank the gods I found someone who isn't fleeing in panic. Are you crusaders, mercenaries? The comely half-elf is so frightened he can barely get the words out. I'm a servant of Count Darren Kale Nevis Arende. My lord's mansion is under attack by demons. The master himself and all his guests are trapped inside, and the house guards are nowhere to be found. I managed to escape through a servant's passage to look for help. Will you help me? The mansion's only a stone throws away on the next street over. He meets your gaze with pleading eyes. Count Arende, I've seen him a few times before, from afar. He looked highly audacious. I confess that he did capture my attention, but that's neither here nor there. We should help him. The gratitude of a rich and influential man can only benefit us. You've heard about the Arende family before. This wealthy and noble Mendevian dynasty was almost wiped out by demons more than 10 years ago. The last surviving member of the family, a young Count Darren, has an infamous reputation. He's well known for being a rake and a rogue. Misfortune continues to dog the house of Arende, I see. The servant cringes. You're telling me everyone tried to talk me out of taking up the position, saying that it couldn't have been bad luck that brought tragedy down on the family and almost killed off the line, but I reasoned that since my master was the only one to survive the calamity, that meant he must be blessed by fate and the powers of good. The pay was nothing to sniff at either. The servant cast his eyes around the street. Should have listened to people smarter than me and gone to work somewhere else, preferably far from Canaveras. What happened? I'll tell you what I can. I was working from dawn till dusk, then back to dusk again. Sorry, dusk till dawn, then back to dusk again, serving guests at the Count's banquet. When the other servants came to relieve me at my post, I went to sleep. Next thing I know, I woke up and there were demons inside the mansion. I couldn't even reach the Count. The monsters had blocked the way. The Count's banquet was still going on. He and his guests were in the great hall. As far as I could tell, the door to the room was sealed and the demons couldn't get in. I'm begging you, hurry. The mansion's doors are sturdily built, but the demons will have to work hard to get past them, so you'll still have time to rescue the people inside. What do I get if I help this Count of yours? Demanding a reward for fighting demons? That's dishonorable and foolish, too. Since the demons are the enemy of each and every one of us, today we selflessly help someone to thrash the demons, and tomorrow someone will help us. I'm sure the Count will reward you handsomely for any rescue. Alright, where is it? Whoops, I hit the wrong button. We're gonna go back really quickly and actually accept that quest. My bad. I misclicked my keyboard. We definitely want to take that quest because we want to Darren. We're gonna do this really quickly too. Spread the future, dissipate, done. Alright. Quickly reloot this and we'll go back to that conversation. We'll do the quest. That is definitely a thing we're gonna do. Because Darren's a pretty good character.
This trap might be treasure.
He's also one of the evil characters, so we need to kind of have him for our group. I think you can just use whichever character you want, but I don't think it matters. There we go. Aaron Day Party House has been located. Alright, we have more to do. We have to go help some tieflings, I believe. Over this way. Oh, right, the rat swarms I forgot about. Are we gonna be able to do this? Maybe? Only one so far. The other ones didn't show up yet, so... Oh, there's the other ones. They just all appeared out of nowhere. I think we killed one of them.
Darkness. No.
One attack. Would have really helped if our attacks weren't so freaking slow.
I wonder what lies beyond.
And we're dead.
What lies beyond.
Rats are very annoying because their con saves... I wonder what their con save check is. It's like, we shouldn't take that much damage from rats. They're just tiny rats. Did I not save after... yeah, whatever. Now I'm just kind of annoyed. Oops, I meant took it along with me. Oh well. It'll dissipate later. Now I'm just kind of annoyed. We should probably heal. It's just annoying because if our main character dies, our group dies. We really don't have a choice in the matter. Where's that wand? Where's the wand? We use it all up already? Oh, I think we might... Did we sell it? We must have used it up.
Now what is that?
We definitely didn't sell it. Alright, one more attempt to do this conversation and then we'll go deal with the rats. We're so slow at attacking, it's very annoying. We need one more attack. Or haste. Haste would also be really good. Now we're saving, so we don't have to do this all over again. Fight more rats.
The road.
It would also help if we have more spells. We're really running
Save
low
the
on
last
spells.
one for me.
Dare to go retreat! No?
Two are down.
It's all your fault.
Woljeff might die. Oh, we're stunned or something.
All your fault.
I'll cut you wide open.
What is that?
Blackness.
Filth Keeper or something? Oh, no one's dead yet.
I'll just sit here.
Woljeff is dead.
What lies
Don't
beyond.
worry about.
What is that stun? It must be some sort of fever related thing from the con saves. It's very annoying, whatever it is. Because if a lot of our group's melee, we have a pretty heavy melee group. Well, actually we don't. Our melee group isn't actually that melee. We have 3 range people.
Day out, and who's the one obsessed with violence? Of course, it's me, Wenduak.
Let's shake a leg.
I'll bathe in your blood.
Surrender, or else!
More rats are coming in. Come on, kill that one. Do we have any AoE spells? Let's get you out of this fight. They're just gonna follow? They are. Okay, we'll just kite them. They're slightly slower than my group. Bring them back this way.
His blackness.
How's that other group going? Why are you guys not fighting it? Thank you.
Cover me, all right?
May I see your entrails, please?
Might be trapped. Might be
Let the
treasure.
attack commence.
God, our group sucks at shooting things.
Die! Die! Die!
We're stuck. Just keep kiting them around. This is fine. Oh, don't do that. There we go. That was more annoying than it should have been. Poor Tim got killed. It's fine though. This is
way.
all fine. We did the fight, sort of. Wasted all of our hit points. Because of that stupid ghoul, not ghoul fever. Filth fever. No, it's just a dex damage thing. We need to rest eventually here. We're really running low on potions. Doesn't help that we keep rolling so low on our heals. Let's go help some tieflings. Well, maybe help them. Awesomeness. Good job. She'll be fine. How does Woljip not have a sneak attack? Weird. Poor Tim is just getting destroyed. But it's fine. He'll be okay. Mobility check to get down there. We're not going down there yet. Despite the city's troubles, the statue of Ayamede towers proudly over the street. Let's do the Ansi tiefling part. Watch it, what are you guys doing? You'll bloody crush me, a young tiefling lies trapped in a collapsed section of tunnel. Another two tieflings scramble around trying in vain to free him from the rubble. Quit whining, hey alarm, someone's coming. Maybe he'll help us. Wise up, would you, before he gets killed? Let's make a run for it while we still can. No, come on, don't leave me here, I'll die here. Like a crushed louse when dog wrinkles her nose. Let's leave this place, master. This pathetic creature's not worth even spitting on. Hey guys, I see you're in a bit of a jam. Get a little of this lot, and no escort either. Woljip, you little shit. How are you not dead yet? And who's that with you? They're friends of mine, great guys. Woljip turns to you and out of the corner of his mouth says, listen, do me a solid. Help me drag his sorry carcass free. They'll repay you, cross my heart. What will you pay me for my help? We ain't got nothing. Poor church mice we are. Shh. Left all your money at home, did you? Well, I got money in my pouch. It's all yours if you let me out. Alright, I'll help. We'll get him out. I need some sweet, sweet monies. Clearing the rubble proves a bigger challenge than expected. We failed it. By the time you free the trapling, you're ready to collapse with fatigue. Oof. I'm alive and all in one piece, give or take. Thank you. I'll remember your kindness in the rest of my life. The freed tiefling turns to his companions. And you two clowns, I don't want to hear a word out of you. Go back to the tunnel now. One trip, just to the Grey Garrison and back. Don't be a coward. It's not going to collapse. Go or else we came all this way for nothing. That ended well, didn't it? Shh, not now, talk later. The tiefling eyes you and elbows his chatty companions in the ribs, causing them to double over in pain. Everything alright now? Then go, and try not to get trapped under any more rubble. Hey, wait. We should probably come clean now, since you did save one of us. Well, we're what you call thieflings. We kind of skirt around the edges of the law, and that's how we make our living. Say some tyrant bans a book, and that shows stuff he doesn't like, or fancy Keon and wine that he doesn't drink. Is it wrong if we step in to fill the gap in the market? There's a demand for it. Someone's got to sell it. Don't go thinking we're gangsters or anything. Our concern is making the lives of citizens easier for a little coin. People in the city can't even breathe without breaking some stupid regulation or restriction. Take this tunnel that collapsed on our friend, for instance. It leads straight to the Grey Garrison. Thanks to it, any soldier whose throat's feeling a little dry, or who's needing some nighttime reading material, we can get all the things for him that his heartless superiors refuse to. We're providing a public service. I helped you, now you can help me, and Commander Tierbade save Canabris. The militia needs people with various skills, even ones as unusual as yours. You what? Are you blind or something? The tiefling points at his horns and tail. Know what people call us? Or we lose spawn, and that's one of the nicer nicknames. Crusaders and tieflings don't mix, we'll be torched on sight. Whoa, Tierbade. You're about Tierbade from the Eagle Watch? Lads, we have to help her. She's one of the only big shots in town that actually treats us with decency. Why should we risk our necks for the Crusaders? Because Erebeth risked her neck for ours. She saved me from that creep Holrune and yanked me straight out of his torture chamber. Only a worthless Torag would refuse to help her out after that. Nah, nuh-uh. Not listen to any more of this. The tiefling makes a show of covering his ears. You do what you want, I'm heading to the River Kingdoms. Go on then. Go with the Crusaders. I'm going to round up the others to help. The tiefling smirks. We've made some good money in the city. It would be a shame to surrender our meal ticket to the demons, but enough yammering. So long. We are 4 experience from a level. It is very annoying. But that's okay. We can go get 4 experience worth from Ramien after we kill him. Killing Ramien is very clearly the evil choice in this particular game. What is over here? This is where Trendalet was, right? I think we can just walk up this way. Yes, to Ramien, who's right here.
Shall we move? We shall
Nicely.
move.
We will win this war.
It is a lawful choice, so. The golden curled Altimar greets you with a graceful bow. So you found me. I have nowhere else to run. I'm at your mercy. Kill me if you wish, but I ask you to hear me out first. No, it's over for you, traitor. It seems I was foolish to expect anything else, but you should know that despite everything, I'd hoped to the very last that you'd be better than this.
I crave for adventure.
Can we retreat already?
Oh, that's Ilks back there. He is concealed, which is very annoying. We're paralyzed. I also don't know where Ramien is still.
Forwards? No, backwards.
Do you
Backwards!
see invisibility scrolls? Any more of them?
Trail me.
Well, we can find it if he's around. Apparently he's not around.
What's in wait for me there, I wonder?
Kind of annoying that he's gone. But we can level up. We are taking Sword Saint level 2. And we're going to buff up our strength. And we'll take some mobility, knowledge, persuasion. And we get level 1 spells. We're going to take... maybe like something we can use. Try and knock people out of invisibility, like color spray. Or... I guess True Strike's not bad. Can be useful. And we get Spell Strike. At second level, whenever the Magist casts a spell with the range of touch from the Magist spell list, he can deliver the spell through the weapon as if wielding as part of a melee attack. Instead of free melee attack, normally allowed to deliver a spell and make one more free of whatever. Yeah. Pretty good ability for us. Sela is Dirge Barding level. Actually, no, she's going to dip into Alchemist, I think. Take Vivisectionist. And we're going to give her Strength. My dog is barking at the wall again. I think maybe he's gone crazy. Knowledge World, Persuasion, Knowledge Arcana, sure. Sounds good. Cure Light Wounds, always a good one. Enlarge Person Shield. 3 standard spells. And she's leveled up. We'll Dirge Bard later. For level 3. Hunter. Dex of Force. Stealth is worthless. Just get Perception. And... gets a Teamwork feat. But what do I want? She's ranged, so she doesn't need Shield Wall. Shake It Off isn't bad. Precise Strike is not going to be particularly useful for her. Back to back Murack is not going to be that useful for her. I guess maybe Shake It Off. Let's try that one. It's probably the best one for her, I guess. And we also get level 2 spell. No, it's level 1 spells still. I was incorrect. Hurricane Bow is not bad. Sure. We can use Hurricane Bow. It's pretty good. Windwog is going to be more War Priesty. Cult Leadery, I should say. And she's going to take... God, I can't remember. I have it somewhere around here. There we go. Load that up. I think she just does Dex, to be honest. There we go. And we'll take not stealth. Those 3. Yeah. And that's the end of her level. She also gets more sneak attack E. Blue beans. Woljif is just going to continue his path down Elder's Scoundrel. There's really no point in hinging him up. He's pretty good at that, and it's actually a pretty good class as well. So, and we're going to take Blur and Mirror Image. Both great spells for being in melee. Both very important spells, I should say, for being in melee. And we have our Signetized Witch, and we're going to grab that. Nope, I did that wrong. Actually, no, I didn't. That's perfectly fine. And we're going to take Evil Eye. It's a really good Hex. And Cure Moderate Wounds. And we're done.
You're a good person.
And we're going to set
I
that
like
to our
you.
auto cast spell. There's 3 different versions of Evil Eye. You can do -2 penalty to AC, -2 to attack rolls, or -2 to all saving throws. It's pretty good all around.
Quick,
And
quick!
we should probably set up our
miss all the
spells.
fun!
He didn't get any new spell. Actually, he does. His magic spells as well now. So we're gonna grab shield. I mean, we have shield and enlarged person from before. We're gonna grab a second shield because it's useful, and we're gonna grab burning hands. It's not a touch attack, but we can use it to hopefully find invisible things a little bit. We'll eventually replace it with something different, but for now. He has bard spells per day. She has less than 11 intelligence, so can't actually cast her alchemist stuff, but we'll be fine nonetheless. War Priest, we have an additional Cure Light Wounds. We still have Shield of Faith and Bless, which are both fine. We're going to take Blur times 2. And we're going to take nothing else with her. She's got spells per day, so it doesn't matter. We're just going to take a quick siesta, and we're going to call it a video here. In the next video, we will be, I guess, going back to Hullrun and telling him we couldn't find... I wonder if Ramien will just appear here.
Dropped.
I'm actually curious to see if he is here or not. We rested for 22 minutes, so we clearly didn't find him.
This way!
Guess we gotta find him later. So for now, I'm gonna leave you guys here. Like always, if you have any suggestions or comments, please leave them below. Otherwise, actually, you know what? Really quickly before we end, we're gonna go talk to Hullrun. Where am I going? Here. Tell him we tried to apprehend Ramien, but he ran away. And then that'll be it. We have a lot of constitution damage on her. Who's our best
At first I
lore
said,
religion
no,
check?
I can't. Too dangerous. Well, then I insisted, but I should. I need that to survive. Then I argued, then agreed to do it. Oh, it's so
He is
hard
the
to
best at
decide
first.
whether to have breakfast or not.
Healed herself. I think she failed at that one. That one wasn't even a thing. Definitely got that one. So she got most people's, except for Woljif's. She's got to cure her own stuff, but... It says I can just say I killed Ramien. Well, what do you want? I'm busy. The demons in this hole can strike at any moment. I killed Ramien. Well, excellent work. It seems I underestimated you. Now I see you're no cultist. You're indeed a worthy defender of Canaveris. Prelate, your forces are needed elsewhere. Irbeth Tirbade, warden of the city, is gathering troops in the Defender's Heart Tavern to strike against the demons. Who now? Tierbay, that upstart warden of the city, and I suppose I've already been written off for dead. This isn't sedition, it's outright insurrection. I'm loath to abandon my watch, but I can't turn a blind eye to such blatant usurpation of power. We have no hope of defeating the enemy if there's disorder within our ranks. I'm going over there right now. I need to see what this Irabeth is up to. Go deal with that.
Wherever my legs
Thanks,
carry me.
Halloran. You suck. I actually hate you so much, but you are kind of evil. So, you're the evilest of the options. Although I didn't kill Ramien, so I'm not really sure why I was able to say that I killed Ramien. Also, I think he's supposed to have magical loot and stuff that we were supposed to get for killing him. But regardless, I guess that is what we've done, technically. I don't know. It's weird. Anyways, I'm going to end the video here. Like always, if you have any suggestions or comments, please leave them below. Otherwise, I'll see you next time. Take care.